Hello, my name is Johnny Judoka and welcome to the video. Apologies for switching up my name on this channel a bunch. I was trying to figure out what kind of branding I wanted for my channel, so I think I finally solidified on the blue and yellow Great Wave off Kanagawa painting sort of theme. And so today I wanted to share a story with y'all. So this is a really cool story because you don't typically get to meet these kind of people in normal everyday life and have a genuine conversation with them. And it's the story of how I met this guy in the hospital who is a sociopath. So it's a fun story because it was sort of funny how we got introduced. I was in the hospital, and this was whenever I had to go to jail because of my psychosis, but this is not about that. So I was in the hospital. I hadn't slept in probably 10 days, and I was still sort of functional. I mean, as functional as you can be while being psychotic. And I went into the hospital, and my roommate was this guy. And this guy, I could tell he was agitated. I could tell he was not wanting to be around people. But I still made an effort to go around and introduce myself to everyone. And I actually asked him, like, you know, what your background is. Hey, how are you doing? And I was pretty aware of, I've been to hospitals, so I know sometimes based on body language, how people are, like their general energy of like, should I take time to just get some space, or should I try to engage with them? And I talked to this guy, and this guy, he actually was a gang member. He had three numbers on his neck. And if you don't know this already, if you meet someone who has tattoos, numbers on their neck, especially 3 numbers, they're usually part of some kind of gang. And I was just like, you know, I couldn't tell what his nationality was or the ethnicity. And so I asked him, he's like, you know, I'm of many peoples. I'll get that in a minute. And so, and I was like, oh, you're a mutt. And I knew the word I wanted to use, but using the word mulatto to describe someone who is of Latin or Spanish descent, but is of many people, that's a really messed up way to call people. So you don't call people that name, that description. It's a slur basically. And so it was funny because I remember I was getting to know him, getting to talk to him and everything. And I asked him what his deal was, like why he was in the hospital. And he said, I'm here because I have schizophrenia of antisocial personality disorder. He was just very honest with it, straight up front. And I was like, whoa, I never thought that would mean he was a good looking guy, very athletic, taller than me, a little leaner than me. And he looked like he could do some damage. And so I remember I was having conversations with him, and first he was just asking questions and stuff. And then we were talking about martial arts, and I told him, like, you know, I do jiu-jitsu and I can defend myself and I've done it for a long time. And he's like, I would probably kill you if you got in my way. I was like, oh, no, he doesn't know martial arts. And then he said something that really interested me. He said, I know who I am, and I know that if I tried to do martial arts, especially striking, I would end up trying to hurt people, because that's just the way I'm wired. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm trying to humble him and trying to be like, okay, well, your aggression or your confidence is not going to get you anywhere, he's going to try to get there. So I was like, okay, how can I address someone who has antisocial personality disorder, but try sort of take the rug underneath them to try to understand why they're the way they are? So I asked him a question. I asked him, what are you insecure about? Like, you know, obviously you're so confident in your fighting skills and your ability to get things done, to accomplish your dreams. What are you insecure about? And he said his insecurity was dealing with the lack of stability. He didn't have a lot of stability in his life. He was jumping around from one place to another. His uncle had basically shot his girlfriend. I don't know to the extent of the story, but apparently he had his uncle had shot a gun off in his phone, on the phone, and what ended up happening was his girlfriend ended up dying. So I ended up getting to talk to him and stuff because we got along super well, because we both felt like we could talk to each other. Even some of the staff was like, you have this really big Asian judoka and you have this antisocial gang member. What are they talking about? Like, what in the world are they talking about? Are they gonna hurt each other? And it was just a cool experience to be able to talk to him and get to know him. And I introduced the gospel to him. I talked to him about Jesus, and we actually got to like joke around and stuff because we were both in very dark places. I ended up going to jail, going to the jail for my mental health and everything. But for the time I got to know him, it was very much a wonderful time. I made a friend. You know, I hugged him. I gave him some of my clothes because I knew that at that point something bad was gonna happen to me. I just knew deep down that I'm probably gonna end up in a dark place after this. So I might as well try to give people as much joy as possible because that's the only thing I can do. So after that, I ended up assaulting the nurse at the hospital. I went to jail and I'm in this group home now. But I was trying to figure out, how do I keep making videos that I like, that I can engage with my audience with? It just tell the craziest stories I've had. I've had some pretty crazy stories in my life with dealing with mental health. Some of them sad, some of them pretty funny, some of them out there. But I want to preface by saying none of these stories make me a bad person. It's just I've had a lot of experiences where I've had to experience different things to become the person I am today. So I'm sorry I haven't been super consistent with the content. I keep saying that. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my content and with my time now that I'm spending time working on myself. And so now I want to make content that I care about and is easier for me to make. And I'm going to just keep doing this. Maybe make some anime content, maybe make some music, maybe make some gaming content. But at the end of the day, I realized that I was holding myself back from making content because I just wasn't committing to it. I can't burn myself out and just try to do everything all at once, but I will try to make content consistently. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this story. It was a pretty crazy story. Oh, one thing. I remember this is where they separated us from our rooms, because he was getting to be like, he was dealing with his own stuff. And I swear to Christ, I remember I was looking up and listening to music, and I felt a weird sensation on the back of my head. Like I felt like someone was behind my head, and he punched me straight in the neck. And I got up. It was so hard. It literally propelled me up, and I fell down on my head. And because I don't know if it's my head, but I hit my head pretty hard. But where I landed was perfectly where I didn't get any injury. So he was a crazy dude. I really enjoyed talking to him. I hope he's doing well. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this part of the video, the end of the video about him again. But yeah, it was a crazy thing. Thank you so much for watching my content. I will be making more content like this in the future. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.